I'm back with more. Today, I'm just going to share with you 7 steps. That's right, only 7. Things that I do every time that I start a new business, which has actually been 3 times now. And every time, without fail, I do these same 7 things, and it always starts the journey, and maybe it'll help start yours. So, the first thing that I do every time, without fail, is I buy either a new notebook, a new journal. I preferably buy a new Moleskine. Treat yourself when you're starting a business. But I immediately just start writing the idea down. Everything that at that moment I can see about it, name ideas, what it could look like or what it'll do or who will want it. I journal it all down because it seems like a really simple step and you could just look over it, but the first thing that you have to do, get it out of your brain and get it on paper. I'm telling you, immediately the thing becomes real. Okay, step number 2, also known as the 2-step. 2. Step number 2 is why. Ask yourself, why do you want to do this thing? Why do you want to start this business, this nonprofit, this new job? What is it deep inside of you that's making you want to do that? Do you want to help people? Do you want to be on a stage one day? What is it that's driving you? You have to know that. If you don't know your why, and it's not something that's bigger than you, you will burn out. You will not be able to sustain the journey. It's a long, hard journey to start anything. So knowing that, having that North Star, the why am I doing this, will be the thing that keeps you going during the hard days, which they will come. But if you know why, it makes it so much easier to keep going. I have to refer back to my why 100 times a day probably. So you have to know that. That same journal that I have for step 1, I'm writing down why am I doing this. I'm writing it over and over again until it becomes just ingrained into me that I'm always just snapping back to that. You ready? Third thing. The third thing, I love this, and it's so important, and I feel like I didn't know this originally, but you have to think, when I think about this idea, or this thing, or this job, do I feel excited about it? Okay, so let's just talk about this. When you're a kid, somehow you're so excited about your future, like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna love my job, and then something happens when you grow up a little bit, and you think that you can't be excited about what you're going to do anymore, and it can't be like your passion and like that stuff just goes away. So false, not true. I'm telling you from experience, you have to think about whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you're starting, whatever direction you're going, you have to know why you want to do it, and you have to feel excited when you think about it. If you don't, it is not the one for you. Trust me, make sure when you're starting a fresh path, you feel excited. Anyways, this is step number 4, research. Okay, so you have your idea, you've written it all down, you know why you're doing it, you're excited to start it. Now you got to research the market for it, or the environment that you're about to put yourself in. So if it's a job, research that field, that industry. What's your day-to-day going to look like? You're going to want to know these things. If it's a business you're going to start, where's it going to fit? Who's going to buy it? If it's a nonprofit, who are you serving? So just get your little thinking cap on and research. Go to research town. All right, we're on number 5, and that is to create a business plan. All right, so those words totally freaked me out the first time I had to do it because I was like, I'm not smart enough to make a business plan. I don't know any of these things. But that business plan is just a fancy word, once again, basically for writing down all your ideas at this point. So the first step I told you was to journal everything down, like loosely, like every idea you possibly had. Hopefully by the time that you're to this step, your idea is a little more concise. And so when you create your business plan, literally just get on PowerPoint or Keynote, whatever kind of Word, whatever, and just make a more concise and clear plan of whatever this idea is that you have. And just make it, I always think like, I have to get it out of my head in a way that I could explain it to a random stranger on the street. So for this first business plan, just make it, fancy up your journal notes a little bit. Make it clear on points that you could show a person on the street and they would understand what you're doing. That's all your first business plan needs to be. Number 6, visualization. Okay, I used to think visualization sounded like some weird like woo-woo stuff, but listen, it's my favorite part of anything now. So now that you're to this step, it's really, really important and also fun to visualize the end. Like, where do you see yourself? If everything goes perfect, you create this new thing, you're in this new job that you love, what is that end goal that you see that's motivating you to get there? And I love that. I visualize myself all kinds of crazy places, but hey, that is the first step to getting there. Just visualize. Number 7. Okay, this one, when I learned this one, it hit me like a literal ton of bricks. It is this. Know your end goal, know where you want to be, but also know that most likely your path to get there is going to change, and that's totally okay. The end goal doesn't have to change, but the route that you take may. And that doesn't mean that you failed. That doesn't mean that the world is ending. Trust me, when my path changed on my entrepreneurship path, I had a meltdown. I thought everything was over. I just never thought that the plan that I made was going to change. Let me tell you, it did. So, but my end goal never did. My end goal that I've had since the beginning has remained the same, but my path has changed multiple times. So just know that now. Your path, it's going to change. The end goal doesn't have to. If you're watching me on YouTube, like and subscribe. Share it with somebody that might find this interesting. I just spit. It's fine. If you're on Instagram, follow me. PSA, I am not the end-all be-all on any of this stuff. I'm just telling y'all about my life and what I've learned.